All right, so the last video I made last night actually was a video on how I mounted my 360 camera to my bow. And although that's a pretty cool thing and it's really worked out for me this season, probably the most important thing in my filming arsenal is this setup right here. Uh, it's always rolling. It's all day long. I'm filming. I run the GoPro on loop, and if anything happens close, within 15 yards, it's recorded. Whether it's a deer jumping up out of the grass in front of me or a
Holy shit.
snake or, whatever, falling out of a tree. I got footage of that on here from this last hunting season, just all kinds of stuff. So this is my prototype. I made it. I've been running it for this whole season. I made it during turkey season and ran it most of the season until I made the second generation one, which is this one. And this one is way better. But first I want to go over this. So when I made this hat setup here, what it is this is a GoPro 7. And this is a battery pack that it's a 500 milliamp hour battery, I believe. And this is able to power this GoPro for about 5 hours. Typically, it kind of depends on the temperature, but it's usually about 5 hours. So when I originally made this setup, this battery was mounted permanently to the back of the hat. In fact, I had some fillers in here made out of slipping my mind right now, the Instamorph, the moldable plastic. I had some stops that I had made and kind of pushed up in there. But the problem with that is I always had to have this battery charged up. So if I hunted in the morning, a lot of times I wouldn't be able to get it completely charged up for the afternoon. So I was kind of always having to play that game. So what I ended up doing was removing that out of there. And originally I was going to make a magnet setup where I had a couple batteries with magnets on them that just clipped on. But that wasn't working out so great. Trying to get it to work, it kept breaking off. But just the zip tie setup works out great. So what I got here on the back, and this is overkill, and you'll see that in the next one, but this is Kydex. It's the stuff that, it's a moldable, like a sheet plastic. It's what a lot of holsters are made out of. I don't know, that's about some sheaths are made out of that too, and you see like plastic molded sheaths. But so I just molded this to the back of my head and drilled a bunch of holes in it and stitched it on the back. And that's what supports the hat. So this battery is not like flopping around. I can't feel this on the back of my head at all. So then for the front of it here, I did the same thing. I reinforced the hat, and I intentionally brought this camera back because I wanted to keep the weight on the head and not out in front, because it's balanced that way. It's kind of like if you're somebody that wears a hard hat, or has to now and then for work or whatever, that hard hat's got some weight to it, but it's not uncomfortable because it's balanced. And that's the same theory behind this. So I ran this throughout the season, and I never realized I had anger management issues until wearing this hat. And I'll tell you, when I'd be packing up or unpacking, I would lean forward and this would hit the tree and it would drive me insane. I don't know why, but it instantly would make me furious every time that would happen. So the reason, one, I said I mounted it for balance. The other one was I wasn't really sure how it was going to work out, and I wanted to make sure that the bill of the hat wasn't obstructing the view of the GoPro. So I used this most of the season. Like I said, it worked out really great. But because I was getting so pissed off every time I bumped this on a tree, I decided I wanted to make another generation. So I was looking for like an aluminum cage for this GoPro that had a 1/4-20 tap in the bottom of it, but I couldn't find one that I liked. There was only like one on the market that I was able to find, and I just didn't care for it. It looked pretty bulky. So I decided to upgrade. So this is a GoPro 12. I think that's the newest GoPro they have right now. I'm not sure if the new one got released, but it's got a 1/4-20 mount in the bottom of it, and I think the 10 and 11 both do also, right in the camera. So what I was able to do then with that is just drill a hole in the bill of the hat. And now you can see that that changes the angle here where it's not sticking up above the head. I haven't bumped it on the tree yet. The one thing I will tell you that kind of sucks about this, and it's been a non-issue because I haven't noticed the weight difference, but with this GoPro 7, this battery pack can power this GoPro without a battery in it. However, this GoPro will not run on just this battery. If you try to do it, it'll say that there's not enough battery output or something like that. So you have to run the factory battery in the GoPro and then use this as like a trickle charge. And it keeps up. So it works out great. And I thought this is a little bit heavier than that setup, but I don't notice it. So it's not a big deal if you don't notice it. So I got this cord that I got just stitched down to the hat so that it's always in the same spot. Battery mounted on the back. And like I said, I love this setup. You don't miss anything. You know, as I mentioned in the previous video that the 360 camera on the bow saved my ass a couple of times. This saved my ass probably 30 times throughout the season, where I was able to get, you know, just kind of cool stuff, you know, like squirrels running down a branch, you know, running right up to you and stuff like that, or turkeys right underneath you. You know, and that's a big thing. I got a lot of video of deer that I was, you know, they slipped in on me, or there were too many deer to be moving around with the main camera. So I was just unable to film with the main camera because I'm not going to blow all the deer out of there trying to film with the main camera. But just with me kind of turning my head, I was able to get all the video of all the deer underneath me and stuff. And I used a lot of footage off these GoPros this year in the videos, if you've watched any of them. So this is just a top that I made for that hat for gun season. And yeah, I mean, it's great. This is, I like the POV footage in like the hunting stuff. I don't care for it so much in porn, that ain't my thing, but in hunting, the POV stuff, I like that. You can see what's going on. I don't like the kill in that, you know, you want to see that on a main camera. But it's nice to be able to show what you're looking at, how you're getting your bow, you're getting it in the position, or, you know, showing you getting the camera. It works out really sweet. It allows you to tell the story versus just having a video of a deer or no video at all, you know, if you can't get to the camera. So there you go. I don't think there's anything that I forgot to mention. I guess I could, boy, I don't know. I think that's about it. So if you're looking for a solution for running a head-mounted GoPro that you can run it all day. So I got like a half a dozen of these things. So I just keep them charged. I hunt the morning. I keep an extra one in my camera bag. Just throw a new pack on there. I can literally hunt all day long. I keep this thing on looping, so I'm recording everything that's going on for the entire day. It's great. So I hope you found this helpful. That's about it. Yeah.